Yo, what's up everybody? Mike here, and it's time for the Monday Q&A. Thanks to everyone who submitted questions last week. I appreciate it so much, as always, so thank you. If you have questions you want to ask me, leave them down in the comments and we'll get to them next week. I also wanted to say a big thank you to all the new subs and supporters and just the community in general. Obviously, there's a bunch of drama yesterday. I don't really care about all that. I just wanted to, say my piece and let it be. I think the biggest issue with the whole situation is the people that caused it always sit there and deny it like they're the ones that, are being targeted or attacked, which is just complete bullshit. I'm over here on my channel, keeping to myself, doing my own thing, and that's what I'll continue to do. You want to know why? Because it's worked, quite obviously, by the overwhelming support from yesterday. By the way, we started yesterday with 790 subs, so 6,790 subs, and we ended the day with 6,885 subs. So thanks so much. That blew my mind. I truly appreciate it. Really, I do. But let's go ahead and get started. Chris B asked, with yard sales and Wayne Pays being my main source of sourcing, how would I get ungated for DVDs on Amazon? Alright Chris, well unfortunately at the beginning of the year they really cleaned out house on the DVD section of Amazon. Reason being, there was a lot of counterfeits going around. It was making Amazon look bad, so they decided just to get rid of all small sellers. Honestly, you're not going to get approved, at least not likely you're going to be approved from just getting stuff from a Weigh and Pay or the thrift store. You need actual invoices from registered dealers to get approved now. So unless you're going to go find a wholesaler for DVDs, get approved that way, you won't get approved. But more importantly, wholesalers for DVDs have a very small profit margin. That's one of the few areas where you only make a few dollars per item at the most. It's all about bulk sales, and it's much like video games, except the price point on DVDs is even much lower. So it's really not a great market to get into. It's very hard to compete unless you have a lot of money to get in there and really push your product. And then Michael, he asked a very similar question. He said, if I'm only thrifting and I'm getting some new items such as clothing, how could I get approved for the clothing section on Amazon? You can get approved through the clothing section if you have some new products with good SKUs and you fill out the Excel form they give you. But the Excel form is very difficult. It's very complicated. I got ungated because a rep from Amazon contacted me because they wanted a product I had on the website. So I got lucky, and I'll admit that, and I'm very happy about that because it gave me the opportunity to sell clothing, but it's not an easy route. A bunch of people posted and said use ungating service and all that. I don't usually recommend ungating services. It's not my thing. You can get approved if you just figure out how to fill out the Excel form and take your time with it. But my main issue I had was every time I would fill something out on the form, if it was wrong, it switches sales reps every time you email into Amazon. So it was very frustrating because the reps kept changing and giving me different information. Also, I want to note, if you guys post links in my comments, they're automatically removed. So stop posting links to different services and stuff. It doesn't work anymore. Like, I have it set to where it removes all links. I understand there's good links out there that people want to share, but it's not going to happen in the YouTube comment section because there's lots of people spamming stuff that I don't want down there. So I'm sorry if you're trying to post links. You can message me and send them to me, and then maybe I can share them down below or whatever. But do not post links. Your comment will be removed every time. The clothing guy, he asked why his PayPal fees seem to be a different percentage every time and how he can calculate that into his Excel sheet. Hey, this is a great question. The reason it's changing every time depending on the item is because there's a flat fee plus a percentage. That fee is 30 cents per transaction, plus there's a 2.9, I don't even know if there's another number on that decimal, percentage fee for selling on PayPal. So that flat fee will affect the percentage every time, and then there's a percentage added on top of it. The reason they do this actually is basically they make more money off of the little transactions. I guess, it was probably a way to deter people from selling like 99-cent items. Now the profit margin's much lower if you were to try to do that. Penn asked, hey Michael, when beginning to list with Amazon FBA, how important is it to have high rating numbers? Should I do merchant fulfilled until I build up rating numbers? Now this is a great question. Amazon is not based off of, seller feedback. Yeah, it matters. People do look at it, but it's not anything like eBay. eBay's whole sales motto for years was the sellers with the high feedback, and feedback meant everything. Amazon is not even close to that. Feedback on Amazon is few and far between. I think in the last 500 transactions, I've gotten two feedbacks from people. So it's very rare to get feedback on Amazon. Now, there are ways to push feedback and stuff like that, but I don't want to get into that. To answer your question, it's not that important. Try and get a few. That'd be a good start. And then I would start FBA as soon as you can. FBA has helped my feedback drastically because Amazon ships your stuff out so fast. So for me, it hasn't affected my sales much at all since I've had 2 feedback or 90 feedback. It doesn't really matter. Just jump in there, start working your butt off, and it'll go up as time goes on. Michael says, so I've been checking my FBA sales daily for the past month and noticed that Monday through Thursday I have 10 plus sales a day, sometimes over 20. Friday 5 to 10 sales, but every Saturday and Sunday I might have 1 sale or so. Confused by this. Is this normal? Hey Michael, this is a great question, and this is absolutely positively normal. Your sales trend should go something like this. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, pretty consistent and busy sales. People come home after work, they get on their computers, they're on their computers all day, they shop. Thursday and Friday, getting towards the weekend, can start to slow down. Saturday is always dead for the most part. Reason being, a vast majority of people are out partying, visiting their family, doing cookouts. It's starting to get nice out. They're going to the park, they're swimming. So they're not at home shopping on their computers. Granted, everyone has a cell phone now, so they can shop wherever. So the numbers probably have gone up over the last 10 years. But for the most part, your numbers are going to drop on the weekend days. Now, Sunday morning is going to be slow because there's a lot of people at church. But Sunday night is considered one of the busiest times on the internet and one of the best times to auction and sell things. So really you're going to see a giant sales jump Sunday night through Wednesday night, and then you'll see it kind of trend down through the weekend. That's absolutely normal, and that's how it should be. So that means you have a normal sales pattern. Edith asked, if I have items that don't sell on FBA, how do I get them back? Do I have to pay return shipping? Hey Edith, yes, you do have to pay return shipping, or you can actually pay them to destroy your item. I don't know the exact charge off the top of my head, but there's a flat fee for them to destroy or dispose of your product, and then there's a higher fee to get it returned back to you. Granted, both those fees are pretty acceptable. I want to say it's like 20 cents per item or something. It's nothing crazy, but if you have thousands of units that didn't sell, you're going to be in a bad spot. Alex asked, I have a question for your next video. Speaking of monthly expenses, do you have general liability insurance? If so, how much are you covered for and how much does it cost? Hey Alex, I don't currently have liability insurance. The main things you need to worry about with liability online are called consequential damages. Now, I don't really sell anything that can lead to any crazy consequential damages, and if you just have a simple statement on your listing or wherever, you kind of nullify the whole issue there. Now you need to note, if someone wants to sue you for consequential damages, they're going to have to fly to your state, spend all that money and time suing you for whatever they're claiming, and then they're going to have to win the case. So there's a lot going on there. It's pretty unlikely that you're going to get sued through eBay or Amazon sales. If you're running your own website, I would say it's a different ballpark and you should think about it. Also, it depends on the size of your business. If you're not making, $15,000, $20,000 a month gross, what's the point of getting insurance? I mean, you're not covering much. I think the main things you should be concerned about is if you're a sole proprietor and you're selling something that is risky, something that can lead to consequential damages. And if you go watch Cliff Enico's video, he has a good explanation of what that is. But the basic premise behind it is he tells a story like he sells a dress on eBay. Then the lady gets the dress and goes to a very big event. Her dress malfunctions and then, basically falls off. Someone snaps a photograph of her nude and then sells it to the press, and then she sues the seller on eBay because of all those things leading up to ruining her reputation. Now that's a long chain of events to happen, and there needs to be proof of all these events if someone's going to sue you for a situation like this. So insurance can be important. I think for most sellers, more important insurance is the insurance for your merchandise, like insuring your facility in case it catches on fire or there's a flood and all your merchandise is ruined. If you don't insure that, and then that happens, you have to take the loss. So that's something most sellers should think about if they get a big inventory growing. Alright everyone, well that concludes the episode. Like I said, I just truly appreciate the support so much. You guys really are killing it, and the channel's doing so well. So thank you for all the new subs, all the old subs. You guys truly rock. I appreciate all the support. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you have not joined the Online Sellers Unite Facebook group, head over there and join. It's in the description. And follow my Facebook page. I have an actual Michael Pierce page where I post all kinds of little clip-its and smaller videos on Facebook and all my, daily videos as well. Also note that I'm going to have a big FBA update this week. I have a bunch of stuff coming in. I've been working like crazy on so many things. I've been listing like crazy, selling like crazy, so things are going really good right now. Sales have been very consistent, and I'm just happy with how everything has been. So I appreciate it. I'll see you guys soon. Have a great night.